Science. I'm so honored to stand before you as the next president of the Kansas Academy of Family Physicians. I know previously all the past presidents were introduced, and most of those people, in fact, I think all of those people, those past presidents, are still serving at the state and national level. And I certainly hope I can continue in your legacy to continue to make Kansas one of the most respected and strongest chapters in the country. But I wouldn't be standing here in front of you if it weren't for my loved ones. So I do have a few introductions that I want to make today before we get started. First of all, I have some people here from my office staff, and I'd like you to stand up. Stephanie Lopez is one of my office administrators. Stephanie. Karina Gonzalez and Rosie Austin are two of the most fantastic nurses in the entire world. And as Doug already said, we are nothing without our nurses. Every single one of us knows that. I also have a couple of partners I'd like to introduce. Dr. Deb Outwater is here. And then Ron, you'll always be my partner, even though you're retired and living the good life. So wave to everybody, they all know you. I also have my amazing family with me here today. My mom and dad, Jan and Bill Leahy, are here from Tucson, Arizona. My mother-in-law, Nancy Yacker from Lawrence, is here with us. Two of my 5 siblings, my 2 wonderful sisters, Nancy Brown and Katie Varnoff, and her husband, Forrest. 2 of my 3 children, my wonderful sons, Josh Steere, Robbie Steere, are here. My daughter Jennifer is off on a wonderful adventure. She's doing a summer study abroad in Buenos Aires, Argentina, so she's not here with us. And last but certainly the most important is my rock, the guy who stands behind me, has my back, the love of my life, my husband, John. Well, all of you who know me know that I do have a lot of passion, and Rick didn't want to talk about his passions for being a family physician, but that's what I'm going to do. So here we go. You know, as I've been sitting in this conference, I was actually sitting next to my partner Deb, thinking, oh my gosh, I'm listening to all these wonderful speakers and they're stealing my speech. You know, they're talking about all the things that I've already prepared in my speech. But then I thought, no, you know, we're all in this together. We're family docs and we all have the passion. And so I think this speech is going to be more of a summary of everything you've been hearing the last couple of days. So bear with me. As doctors, we know that we need to hear things more than once, usually more than 2 or 3 times before it really sinks in and we get excited about it. Like all of you, I'm extraordinarily proud to be a family physician, and once again, very humbled to be standing in front of you as your next president. As family docs, we have a great deal to be proud of. All of you know this. We have to draw on an enormous breadth of medical knowledge on a daily basis, much more than almost any other specialty. In any given day, we're likely to be dealing with neurology, endocrinology, obstetrics, gynecology, cardiology, orthopedics, pediatrics, all before lunch. With a big helping of psychology mixed in there too, right? We play a critical role in the health of our patients. Once again, we all know that. Many studies have shown that patients who have a family physician not only are healthier, but live longer lives and cost the system a great deal less a lot less money. Family physicians are at the hub of the medical wheel. While the specialists that we refer our patients to are essential spokes in that wheel, we are the ones that live in the center with our patients and keep all of those spokes anchored. Not only do we take care of the majority of our patients' medical needs, we are also responsible for the coordination of their care with our specialty colleagues. We are critical in providing our colleagues with their patients' medical as well as social histories, and that's essential for them to continue to provide quality care for them. We help our patients navigate the complicated labyrinth of the American healthcare system, which I think we can all agree has become increasingly complex and confusing. We and our staff, we spend countless hours doing prior authorizations to help our patients get the medications that they need. We fight with the insurance companies on our patients' behalf simply to authorize services that they need for us to diagnose and treat their diseases. We know our health system is in crisis mode, and as family physicians, we are poised to make an impact on meaningful reform. Being a family physician is tremendously rewarding. Being a family doc, it's so much more than a job, as you all have alluded to tonight. To me, it's more like a calling. You all know this. We go to work every day to advocate for our patients. We listen, we counsel, we diagnose, and we heal. We laugh and we cry with our patients. We're there for the birth of new family members, and we help those same patients mourn the deaths of their loved ones. We are one of the few medical specialties that develop lifelong relationships with our patients, and oftentimes multi-generational. So my first message to you as your president is that we are pretty darn special, and we ought to be very proud of what we do every single day. However, we are facing many tough issues, such as inadequate GME funding, scope of practice battles with APRNs, the soaring costs of medical care, which is denying access to our patients, Medicaid expansion, but most importantly, an inadequate primary care workforce. Family physicians are the teachers of the medical world. Everyone knows we are essential. Everyone wishes the best and the brightest would go into our field. Everyone acknowledges that we are the key to the future of America's health. Yet, we still have such a shortage of family physicians. Why is this? While I think we can agree that the problem has many causes, our current reimbursement system seems to play one of the largest roles. As Dr. Morgan pointed out yesterday, our current fee-for-service system is heavily weighted for procedures, imaging, and hospitalizations, which works quite well for many specialties, but it utterly fails to recognize or reward family docs for what we do every single day. Right now, there are some studies that estimate that up to 40 to 50% of the necessary work that we do every day goes uncompensated. So when talented students are choosing their specialty, often coming out of medical school with $250,000 of debt, it's very tempting to opt for higher paying in what is oftentimes perceived as a more prestigious field of medicine. This must change if we are to grow our specialty and have meaningful healthcare reform. The good news is that change is in the air. We all know this with the recent repeal of the SGR. Go ahead, repeal of the SGR. The door has been opened for payment reform. Right or wrong, family medicine has been charged with proving our value to ignite the start of payment reform. We all know about PQRS, NCQA, meaningful use, PCMH. We all know about clicking the right boxes on our EMRs to prove that we're providing quality of care. We all know that if we forget to click the right boxes, that somehow we're not providing quality of care. But as Dr. Wergen told us, with the repeal of SGR, there will be a new payment system by the year 2020. It will start with CMS, we know that, and the private payers, they'll follow. Primary care needs to have a voice in what that new payment system will look like. Dr. Wergen also talked about Primary Care 2.0, which is also called Family Medicine for America's Health. It was launched last fall, as you all know, in Washington, D.C. as the 10-year follow-up to Primary Care 1.0, which introduced primary care to the concept of patient-centered medical home. To quote the AAFP website, Family Medicine for America's Health is the effort to unite family physicians to further the evolution of PCMH, advance the use of technology, ensure a strong primary care workforce, and to shift to comprehensive primary care payment instead of fee-for-service. These advanced payment models are crucial to reward the value of primary care and the work that we do for America's health. Our political leaders and payers are finally waking up to the incredible value of primary care and the fact that the compensation system is part of the problem. They are looking for some guidance on meaningful reform. After decades of advancement in knowledge and technology, there is finally recognition at the national level that keeping people healthy to begin with is the most important component to reducing costs and achieving better outcomes. And family physicians are essential for this to happen. This is why our voice must be heard. It is up to us, every single one of us, to get involved. Each of you have your own unique gifts. I urge you to use them, whether it's at a local, state, or even national level. Whether this means signing up for a KAFP committee, any of you who are not on a committee, please see me after this talk, and I will find a place for you, I promise. Whether it's writing to your legislators about important issues, or signing up to be Doctor of the Day in Topeka during the legislative session, which might still be in session, I'm not sure. Does anybody know?
They passed the budget.
They passed the budget. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, you can't sign up for Doctor of the Day anymore this year, sorry. However, maybe you feel too overwhelmed to even do any of this. We know our lives are overwhelming right now. And if that's the case, donate to FanMedPAC. They're advocating for you to try to make your life less overwhelming. So there's something every single one of us can do to have a voice. As your president, it is my job to take the lead in advocacy in Kansas. My approach will be that strengthening family medicine is not a partisan issue. While the Affordable Care Act has many components that are very favorable to our specialty, as outlined by Dr. Morgan yesterday, we all know how highly partisan Obamacare has become. Whether its advantages or whatever its advantages or disadvantages, it has become so wrapped up in party politics that even appearing to be aligned with one side or the other of the debate will close the doors in the ears of the leaders on the opposite side. I want no part of that kind of debate. The issues that necessitate an emphasis on family medicine will exist whether the ACA is preserved, modified, or repealed. Regardless of whether we are paid by CMS or private payers, the reality is there will always be pressure on us to keep costs as low as possible while providing quality care. Advanced payment models of reimbursement will be necessary regardless of Obamacare or the ACA. And with the repeal of the SGR, they are coming. Conservatives should embrace this because it'll lower costs. Liberals should embrace this because it will improve access to care and improve the health of our patients. As family physicians, we should all embrace advanced payment models regardless of our ideology because it will strengthen our specialty. I know it's been a very long night, and I'm really grateful for all of you for hanging in there with me. We are family. We are family medicine. We need to be the voice that drives the changes in the healthcare system. This is our time. So much of what I've said tonight is familiar to all of you. I really do believe that we are the future of healthcare in the United States of America. So please join me, the Kansas Academy of Family Physicians, the American Academy of Family Physicians, to make this happen. Remember, healthcare is primary. Thank you all so much for your attention. I will do my very best to represent you this year. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of the evening.